Hey guys, welcome back. This is Dr. Mac, and you're watching Dr. Mac's Happy Little Fishery. I'm here in my happy little fishery, and I just got done taking a shower. Hair's a little wet, feels great. And oh yeah, we got another nightly update, 3 nights in a row, just for you guys. What's up, Blood Blues? Blood Blues is right up at the front of the tank saying hi. Hey, buddy. Oh yeah, so he's a lot more calm in here, and so I guess I'll just start here. This is not the main point of this video, but if you watched my video yesterday, I put the LED light slash bubble stone thing in there, whatever they call it. I think they call it an air stone, but it's bubble pump. It's a pump. It's bubbles and lights. I put it in there yesterday, and it looks good, gives some more light to the fish, and most importantly, puts some more oxygen in this tank. This is a hospital tank. It's a quarantine tank. It's low light, it's very soothing, and now it's got a lot of oxygen. Before, maybe it didn't have quite as much as I would like. Now we've got an abundance. The pump's actually made for an even larger tank, so these fish should be breathing good. And but anyway, from the video yesterday, the light, on the instructions it said to bury it under the gravel, but I don't have a lot of gravel in this tank. I just have a little bit of gravel in the front, and it's mostly just nothing on the ground. Makes it easy to clean, and enough gravel for the fish to be stimulated and entertained and have some plants and stuff in there. But anyway, I realized it was a little bit too bright. I think it was pretty obnoxious to the fish. Again, they're used to pretty low light in this tank, and it was really, really bright, and even when I looked directly at it, it was really bright. So I did bury some gravel. I'll get a better shot in a second, but I put some gravel on top of the LED portion. It's not really buried, but there's some gravel over the light. And yeah, as you guys can see, Blood Blues, he's comfortable in there. Again, he was a little freaked out when I first put it in yesterday, but he seems really happy and calm, and the pleco's in there somewhere. And actually, when I looked in earlier, he was hiding right up against it, and I couldn't see him because the dazzling effect of the light was enough for him to hide behind. So clever little guy in there. He likes hiding. I was looking all around trying to find him, and the last place I thought to look was directly next to the light. I thought he would still be a little freaked out by it, but no, these guys seem totally fine. Yeah, today we're dealing with the tank up here. So I'm actually going to stop for a second and flip the camera around and show you guys. Alright, so like I said, my main thing today is going to be up here, and that's just going to be doing some fine detailing in the tank. I was going to show you the detailer, but it's in the other room, so yeah, it's fairly clean in here still, but I shouldn't say that. There's a lot of poop and shit. sorry for the language. There's a lot of poop and debris, we'll say, food debris and stuff like that, in this sand here, in some of the harder to reach areas. So I'm going to be getting in there, cleaning it best I can. It's not going to be perfect, but I'm going to do the best I can. And also, before I clean it, I just want to show you guys something cool. I don't know how good this is going to show up on camera, but you can see I got, like I said before, some baby snails. Well, not before in this video, before in a different video. I got baby snails in this tank, guys. My snail had babies, made clones, whatever. And they look pretty boring, right? Just sitting there. Well, let me show you guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. My storage filled up on my phone. I had to clear off a couple of videos. So anyway, yeah, watch this. When you turn the lights off, you see a whole new world of snail activity. It's kind of hard to see, but there's little snail tracks all over the sand in here, and I just think it's so cool. And yeah, we're going to clean the sand. It's all going to go away. And I will tell you guys, the reason that you can't see it right now is because of the refractive properties of light. That means light comes and hits the sand here, and because it's such a rough surface, light bounces all around, and it's like someone's doing this right in your face, and you're trying to look at something right behind it. So when you turn the light off, there's less light scattering, and you can see a whole new world of snail activity and behavior. So pretty cool, and we're going to clean it up. Let's get to it. Alright, things are nice and clean in the tank, and I'll show you guys in a second, but I just want to show you something that I want to mention before we get there. And I know nobody cares at all except for me, but again, any keen eye observers from yesterday's video would note that I mentioned that I was going to stop using this lamp, and if you're really keen, you'd see that I'm currently using this lamp, and so I just want to talk about that so I can put it out of my mind. I realized that this tank down here, the LED light, wasn't going to be bright enough, and again, even this alone probably isn't bright enough, but between the two of them, I think it's enough. And actually I think it's pretty soothing for the fish down there. This one really bright up here and they're fine, but especially Blood Blues, he's a special little guy. He every time I put him in this tank, he's hiding in the shadows. It's a little too bright for him, so I think what we have going down here is just fine for him. So that being said, let's check out this newly cleaned, I should say, tank. Alright, so first of all, before I go dump it, you can see this is about 3 gallons of water that I took out of the tank, probably a little more than I expected to, but did a really deep clean. There's a decent bit of sand you can see around the outside, and in the center there, fish poop, uneaten food, probably a little bit of Java moss. It's gone, it's out of the tank, and it feels good. So let's go look at the tank. Look at that sand. You can see a little bit of it's on this, got on the Anubias plant, but that's okay. I'm sure the shrimp and snails and fish and everyone will knock that off soon enough. But you can see the sand is looking much more clean, much less poop. Yeah, there's probably still a little bit of poop here and there, but oh, it's so much better. This plant here, again, that's the Anubias, I believe. I did sorry, my battery went low for a second there. I did rebury it. So with this plant, you don't want to bury the rhizome, which is the part that you can see that all the stems are kind of coming off of. That's exposed. You want to leave that exposed. There's stems underneath that are real thin that you want to bury. And it's actually pretty tough to keep them buried. There's always one poking out or popping out. The shrimp are always playing with it. So reburied that. It's looking good. And one cool thing I'll show you, because I wasn't sure, this is like the first live plant I've had. I pruned a leaf on this a couple of days ago. I didn't get it on video, but there's like a leaf that turned yellow. Not a good sign, right? But I took it off. But what is a good sign, you can see there's a new leaf growing there. So this is a healthy living plant. And actually, I should say, earlier today, something I do about once a week, I added a little bit of plant food. You're supposed to do 1 mil of this per gallon of tank, so 20-gallon tank, 20 mils of this stuff about once a week. Keeps my plants apparently happy and thriving. So this one over here, I can't remember what it's called. I'll try to find out, but all the Java moss seems to like to get tangled up on this guy, and I'm just letting that chill for now. I might clean it off at some point, but I'm not really worried about it. So yeah, that looks good. And let's see, when I turn off the lights, did I get all the snail tracks? And maybe still a couple here and there, but I think I got most of them went away when I cleaned it. So anyway, yeah, that's about it. Kind of a short one today, but thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.